This week, Harford County law enforcement announced an arrest of a suspect in the murder of Bel Air, Maryland woman Rachel Marin. The suspect, an El Salvadorian immigrant in the country illegally, was also wanted for a break-in in Los Angeles, California, where he assaulted a young woman, and a murder in his native country of El Salvador. In the run-up to the general election, both parties are taking different positions on the question about the broken border. And how will this issue play out in the U.S. Senate race between former Governor Larry Hogan and Prince George's County Executive Alsobrooks? If you look at their websites, they have very different positions about immigration and what should be done. Mark, what stands out in your view?
Well, so often in this debate, and you're right, there's a real broad division on this topic. The spirit of Ellis Island is invoked. That immigrants are a positive feature and have added to the country, which is certainly true. But what should not be forgotten in that is that what Ellis Island was a screening mechanism. You didn't just land in New York. You went to Ellis Island, and the U.S. government made a determination whether or not you could stay or you would be returned home. And that's been a part of U.S. policy all along. It's been long accepted. And I think we've lost that under the Biden administration when that screening process doesn't take place anymore, and we don't pick and choose who gets to come into the country. And the fact that either a convicted or alleged murderer in El Salvador got into the country, that's certainly not something that would have been consistent with the spirit of Ellis Island.
So, Nancy, it's not just in Maryland, but nationwide, immigration seems to be one of the top 2 or 3 issues on most polls as what people are concerned about. And so will this be played out here in Maryland in the Senate race?
I'm not sure it's gonna make much of a splash. I have not heard this to be an issue, certainly in Montgomery County, and I'm not so sure statewide. My father was an immigrant, and it's true. You didn't want that white chalk mark on your back when you went through Ellis Island, because they would send you back if you were unwell or for a host of various reasons. This is way back when, and the issue of who's to blame for the review process or not remains to be seen. I mean, I can't say. I think we're all a little embarrassed about the funding issues that are out there, where games are being played with funding of immigration. I don't think that's going to filter down to the state of Maryland. I just don't. This has not been a big issue here.
It's also wrapped up in the crime issue because crime and the border issue has become more of a hot topic. And, there have been several incidents. The one in Bel Air was certainly the most recent here in Maryland, but there have been other incidents where gangs have, brought a lot of crime even to Montgomery County. I don't think I'd dismiss this as an issue. I think it's going to be played out certainly by the Hogan people more and more, because the contrast between Hogan and Alsobrooks in terms of their position is very distinct.
This is another one of those areas where there's really a deep divide in the country, because you look at a lot of polling that suggests that the border issues are a real significant driver of the unhappiness that voters have right now.
It'll remain to be seen. I'm sure that, as I said, if I was, an advisor to Governor Hogan, I would, start running ads, trying to pick apart this as a topic.